Welcome back to the It's Just Sport podcast paper review. I'm Joanna Reardon.
I'm Niamh Talon. Welcome to the podcast. We have some good news in sport that we are bringing you this week. We had an action-packed weekend of athletics. The 149th Irish Nationals took place in Santry over the weekend. It was an exciting few days of action with some of Ireland's best competing and also some important qualification points up for grabs. It seems right to start with Healy, who picked up 2 more national titles to take her gold medal haul to 14 in total, which is absolutely insane, and well done to Phil. Healy claimed her first title for the weekend in 400 metres, where she showed her class to comfortably storm to victory in a time of 52.33. Kilkenny's Cliona Manning took silver, while Catherine McManus claimed bronze. It was the 200 metres that everybody was hoping for, as Phil Healy and Rhasidat Adeleke went head-to-head. Both athletes have held the 200-metre national record over the past year, and it was certainly a race that didn't disappoint. Adeleke took the lead on the bend, but Healy clawed her way back, and while Adeleke made a push for the final few metres, it was Healy who spectacularly crossed the line first. It would have been a new national record, but it was an illegal wind speed of 2.1 kilometres per hour. Healy ran 22.83 with Adeleke just behind her in 22.84. It was really exciting. The competition between the two will definitely drive everybody forward over the next couple of months and years, and it'll be really exciting as we just watch the Irish sprinting unfold. Adeleke did claim gold in the 100 metres and is threatening the Irish senior record as she ran a PB of 11.29, which was also a championship record. Healy's all-time record of 11.28 looks set to be broken at some point soon, as Molly Scott took second place at 11.46 and Aoife Lynch in third with a time of 11.69. So we have 3 young sprinters hot on Healy's heels at the moment. It was one of the most stacked 800 metres in memory, and Olympic qualification was on the line. It was no surprise to see the athletes competing for a place in Tokyo to basically have a blanket finish, with many of them clocking 2:03. Louise Shanahan won the title with the late race in the final stretch, while Siofra Carrick-Butner just on her tail and Georgie Hardigan running out of steam, crossing over for bronze. It was a really tight race. With the girls have obviously from the indoor season been really running fast times, so we'll see what happens with the Olympic qualification later today. Elsewhere in the 1500 metres, it was Sarah Healy who brilliantly claimed gold, and it looks like very likely that she'll have secured her place for Team Ireland at this Olympic Games. With the Olympic qualification deadline today, we'll get a clearer picture of who qualifies and who doesn't. It looks like Sarah Healy and Sarah Lavin have done enough, and it remains to be seen whether any of the 800 metre runners, which includes Louise Shanahan, Georgie Hardigan and Siofra Carrick-Butner, will have done enough. Eilish Flanagan is also knocking on the door as well. In other athletic news, 12-year-old Emer Mckee from Belfast has broken her own 5k record once again, shaving a whopping 13 seconds off this time. Emer set a new world record by running 5k in 16:27 at Lisburn Festival for Running at the weekend. She previously broke headlines in April when she ran the same distance in a time of 16:40. Really, really amazing stuff from this young girl, and it definitely won't be the last of her success. She's up there, with some of the quickest times Ireland has ever seen. So really excited to see what's to come of Emer Mckee.
Yeah, it was an incredibly exciting weekend over in athletics. It was thrilling. I watched the 200 metres and I literally leapt off my seat as if I was participating in it. I think it's just incredible. I see the competition. It's only good news, as you were saying, for future Olympic hopefuls. I suppose moving on with Olympics in golf, which is a bit unrelated, but Leona Maguire secured her best ever finish at a major as she placed 15th in the Women's PGA tournament. She finished in a tie, as I said, for 15th at the tournament in what was her 6th top 20 finish in 11 tournaments this season. Her consistent run of results will likely see her break into the top 50 in the world ranking, which is incredible for her. It really has been an exceptional few weeks of golf for Leona after battling with some of the best women in the world. Olympic qualification closed on the 28th, so we're just going to have to wait and see to see what happens. It was incredibly a ridiculous game of golf. I don't know if you were. I was watching it because I'm a golf nerd, as you know. And like Nelly is just on fire, the American golfer who won. She's 21, her first major. And at one stage, her combined score of the weekend was 146 under. Like, it was the most incredible golfing I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, Leota, she's mixing with the best. It's good to see her on top in top 20 finishes consistently, and knowing how competitive she is, she knows in her mind that that's where she wants to be, and she'll probably get there at some stage. Over at LGFA News, I think Niamh likes trolling me, getting me to read LGFA News when Cork are on the losing side. But Dublin, congratulations to Dublin as they claim their second ever Lidl National Football League title. They played Cork in Croke Park on Saturday. Former Irish Rugby International Hannah Tyrrell, along with captain Sinead Ahern, were key to the Dubs' success, scoring 7 points and 5 respectively. Cork put up a fight and were obviously impressive in large parts. Libby Coppinger scored with just 10 minutes on the clock, but it was short-lived as Niamh Heatherton fired into the net just 5 minutes later, which gave Dublin a 4-point lead at half-time. Orla Finn single-handedly tried to claw back Cork back into the game. She was scoring an impressive few points from very impressive free kicks, but the firepower from Dublin showed with Carla Rowe coming off the bench and doing what she does best. She scored a goal at around the 50th minute mark, which ultimately secured victory for Dublin in Croke Park. I told you Hannah Tyrrell was going to be a thorn in their sides. We had this discussion last week. Obviously, I made my little joke. Maybe they put it on the old dressing room as fuel, Niamh. Maybe it backfired against me. Who knows? But no, it was great. Obviously from a Dublin perspective, good to see them win. Obviously from a Cork perspective, a bit disappointing. But their first half goal was an incredible goal. I mean, I saw Joe.ie wondering was it Cara Finn men's football that we were watching there at one stage. But alas, fancy football doesn't get you nowhere if you're not shoring up your defence and you're leaking in goals late on in the game. But congratulations to Dublin, not through gritted teeth, because they are an amazing team in fairness and they do deserve the success that's coming to them at the moment.
Absolutely. I know it's obviously brilliant to have had so many games and everybody's looking forward for the championship coming soon too as well. Over in swimming, Danielle Hill has secured her spot for the Tokyo Olympics. So she was working towards this, we know, like at Olympic trials, like she was really, really trying. She was getting so close, but just not quite making it. And she's after achieving the Olympic standard time in the National Aquatic Centre. She broke her own Irish senior record to clock 1 minute 0.18, so that's 60 seconds 0.18. In the 100-meter backstroke, the Olympic consideration time is 60.25. She was very emotional at the end after coming so close just a couple of months ago, and it was really like relief and joy. That was very clear to see. She is now the holder of the 50 and 100-meter backstroke record, as well as 50 and 100 freestyle record. It's amazing for her to come and actually secure this qualification as well. Ellen Walshe set a new Irish record in the 200 metres individual medley. She swam 2:12.02, which is also under the FINA A standard, which means she's eligible to go to the Olympic Games as well. We'll find out today whether she will actually be sent, because Swim Ireland's policy required her to be within 1.5% of the FINA A standard last April, which she wasn't, so they're considering the case. Personally, I think she absolutely should be sent. She's made the standard. It's been a very, very unusual year. Ellen Walshe, I think on 2 occasions at Olympic trials, had to swim by herself.
I was going to say, she's swimming by herself. That's tough. It's really tough.
So it's in the Olympic trials when she was by herself, like it's rough. And the fact that she's, after making this standard after such a bizarre 18 months, like, send her.
Yeah,
she deserves it. She's been working so hard.
We can get a bigger plane. It's not that hard.
Come on, like the hockey team are bringing how many, and rugby sevens will have loads. Like, there's other teams going. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but that's what I'm saying. We can just get a bigger plane. It's fine. I went to Japan on a big plane. It was cool.
In triathlon, Erin McConnell has won 2 medals on her first elite triathlon debut for Ireland. She was competing in Austria at this year's European Triathlon Championships. She placed 2nd in the women's under 23 and 3rd in the elite women's category, earning a silver and bronze medal for her efforts. So she's thrilled. She said it was, a really amazing achievement, and she's absolutely delighted with her results.
Yeah, really good news. Delighted for Danielle Hill. I suppose I was there in April and I saw her come uber close every single time, and I saw firsthand, I suppose, what it meant to her. Obviously, you would know her a little bit better than I would. But yeah, no, I'm obviously delighted for her and delighted she gets to go over. She put in a lot of hard work, effort, and I'd say a lot of tears were shed along the way to get there. So fair play to her. Hopefully, as you said, Ellen Walsh will get to go with her. And yeah, congratulations to Erin McConnell. Over in soccer news, the Women's National League was back after its mid-season break. Treaty United and Athlone drew 2-2. Wexford Youths got a 3-1 victory over DLR. Bowes drew 1-1 with Galway, and Shelburne won 1-0 over Cork City, which means they are now level on points with Peamount. The Under-17 League also got underway, an exciting start for many teams as it was the first team at that level. If you are totally not doing anything, which I know you are because we're still in half a lockdown, you better check out Alyssa Mazzola's Wonder Strike for Cork City. It is all over the Her Sport channels. It's an absolute incredible goal. No doubt, I don't know, Ballon d'Or, Puskas, whatever award should be knocking her way because that was a sensational strike, to say the least. In transfer news, Ireland defender Megan Campbell has signed for Liverpool after 5 years at Man City. She joins Leanne Kiernan and Mehaffey at the club. It's obviously great to see an Irish trio at Liverpool, and they will hope they can get the side promotion back into the Super League where Liverpool and the likes of other big clubs belong. So I'm going to echo Tiegan Ruddy's statement and show my bias and be like, you'll always walk alone. But I want to wish the girls all the best anyways because, they do deserve success, especially over Liverpool.
Support your own.
Support your own. I will divide myself to 3 players only at Liverpool. Like the rest, I'm like whatever.
That's fair. Look, we'll allow that.
Gotta do that. No, yeah, it's good to see the girls. It's good to see them go over. It's good to see them get a chance. And I suppose the good thing with the situation at Liverpool at the moment is that they will get game time, which is definitely what they need, and that's only good news for the Irish national squad. And if Liverpool do manage to go up, then it's only more competitive games for them, and that's good to see as well.
Yeah, and I bet Tiegan didn't expect you to be taking the mick out of her.
I just thought it was like one of the funniest. I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen, in my life.
Tegan's been mentioned. Tegan must be mentioned on the podcast for the last 4 weeks on the trot. She's getting loads of airtime.
Tegan, I'll send you my address for that paycheck. I'm getting your followers up. I'm doing my best. No, it was like the funniest line. I never laughed so hard in my life. At the same time, I was also like, what's what I'm looking for. I was like, let's not send a laughing face back to her because she'd be like, why are you in my private joke, you freak?
Anyway, over to softball. Softball Ireland have arranged some free softball training for girls wishing to try out softball. They are on Wednesday, 30th of June at 6:45 in Marley Park. Saturday, 10th of July at noon in Marley Park. Saturday, 17th of July at 3 p.m. in Ashburn Baseball Stadium. Wednesday, 28th of July, time to be clarified at Baseball Ireland Strike Zone facility, which is in Fincas. So if anybody's interested in trying it out, definitely head down. They've been building the team over the last couple of years. So if you want to try something new, go for it.
Could you do it, Liv? Could you do it?
Softball. I'm not sure my coordination is good enough, but I'm not against trying.
Can I sign you up for it? I always sign you up for every sport
I'm down for it.
we interact with.
What date can we go? We will confirm if we can.
I'll be vaccinated. I'll go with you for moral support.
Deadly.
It's going to be class. I'm going to even go full American. I'm going to go full American and go, take
my coordination's not great.
To the ball game.
All right. For the first time in history, Chelsea Football Club women's team have sold out all their tickets for the 2021-2022 season. Tickets were on sale for about 2 weeks, but they are completely gone as fans are eager to see the reigning Super League champions in action. With ticket sales increasing and the Sky Sports broadcast deal, women's soccer in England will get a massive amount of exposure next season, and hopefully this will continue across the globe. So to all the people that, we have heard say, oh, nobody cares about women's sport, people aren't interested, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't look like you're right.
Listen, to be honest, actually, I was actually surprised because I know that some clubs have done an initiative where if you get a men's season ticket, you're thrown into the women's side. Just because I know a friend of mine goes to the women's games now.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was actually going on all along. But it's great to see that Chelsea women's team are standing alone and actually selling out their season tickets, as reigning champions, as Champions League finalists. Emma Hayes is building such an incredible squad. They've got Pernilla Harder, Ballon d'Or, women's Ballon d'Or winner, women's the best winner. I think she's current player of the year in Europe as well. They've got an incredible side, so why wouldn't you want to go see them? I think if you're interested in football, this would be kind of, the bright setting and place for you for the time being. But yeah, no, I think it's incredible. Good to see. I think, I don't know, Emma Hayes was on commentary last night for the Spanish game. And I know Anya Gorman and Karen Duggan have been doing the analysis here on RTE. And I've noticed that every time they open their mouth and speak correct stuff, I might add, it's not like they're spouting nonsense. Like I've heard some people on certain channels spout before. I'm not talking about Roy Keane because obviously he's Cork's greatest person of all time. But no, I get it really frustrates me. A girl, she used to work in the Irish Times. She tweeted basically how great it was here to hear Lisa Fallon on RTE commentary and the amount of backlash she got. And she was like, I literally tweeted about Damien Duff and I got no response. It's just insane that men still to this day feel threatened about women doing an incredibly good job at something that they're supposed to do. Like, it just actually blows my mind. Sorry, that's just a rant I had to get off my chest because it really did annoy me. But no, it's great to see obviously Chelsea women's do what they're doing best. I know Arsenal have a new manager, so hopefully they'll get back to being competitive. I think they've launched an entire new revamp of their women's side where they have an expanded medical backroom team. They get access to a nutritionist. They're hoping to build a new facility for them for their training. Part of me is like, the men's one is big enough. You can just ship them in there. Like, it's fine. Like, let's not be aggressive. But I think the argument there is contracts and stuff that they've signed with other grounds. But yeah, no, great to see Chelsea women's, and hopefully they will be on the up. Hopefully they will not be beating Barcelona in a Champions League final, but I do wish them all the best. I'm a huge Emma Hayes fan anyway. I think we should ambush her after the Euros to come on the pod. I think we should. Just as an aside.
Sounds good to me. I think, look, women's football and on sport in general, it looks like it's definitely heading in the right direction. Obviously, we're doing a lot of work to do that. So, we've mentioned this before. There's a huge percentage of you that are watching this that don't subscribe to us. So, hit that subscribe button, and you'll be entered into a draw to win €500. So I don't see why you wouldn't. And you get to keep up the latest news as well as check out some of the latest podcasts that we've done. And sure, look, we'll just give Tiegan Ruddy another plug. We've done one with her recently. We spoke to Aoife Casey and Margaret
Tiegan, you'll never walk alone while I'm here, while you're just in Liverpool. You'll never walk alone.
So we spoke with Aoife Casey and Margaret Kremen, the women's lightweight double that will be competing in Rio. So that was a really good interview. Loads of people have checked that out. We've spoken to so many different people before. We have David Parsons. We have Olivia Mehaffey. We have loads of people, so definitely check them out. Loads of interesting stories. Phil Healy. We spoke with Phil Healy as well. So if you wanna find out more about the 14-time Irish national champion, head over and check out that interview because it was a really good one. But other than that, it's time to sign off here on the It's Just Sport podcast. It's Just Sport podcast, and we look forward to chatting to you all again next week.
Yes, and don't forget to follow us on social at hersport.ie on Twitter and Instagram, and at JoannaWar_OX on Twitter, and at JoannaWar on Instagram. Niamh, it's a pleasure as always.
I know. I look forward to hopefully seeing you in person again soon. Maybe we can do another in-person podcast.
Take me out to the ball game.
Exactly. All right, I will chat to you later, and thanks for all the updates in sport.
Cheerio.